Welcome to Michael Potts F1, every moment from every Grand Prix.
Oh, Michael, I can't believe you are in Monaco.
Well, actually, at the moment, I'm in Barcelona, as you can see.
Oh my goodness, honestly, I can't keep up. I was so jealous of Monaco. I apologize. In the background, there is a dog attacking a fluffy peacock. I heard that your week, however, has been far more glamorous than usual. Usually, I take a sort of weird pleasure in seeing the extraordinary hotel rooms that you end up staying in, some really weird places. But this time, oh, you wiped that smile right off my face. Private jet.
Private jet from Monaco to Barcelona. That was probably the highlight.
You must be getting really well paid now as a Formula One photographer.
Well, this was even better than that. A very good friend of mine, Kim Illman, chartered a plane. Him, his family, and Jackie Martins, who's a very good Dutch journalist, all flew from Monaco to Barcelona. So it was very stylish. We had swivel chairs. We had champagne. Well, yeah, it was brilliant.
Wait, the chair swiveled.
Yes.
I've never had the chance to say the phrase. Yeah, a really good friend of mine chartered a plane. I think that's a good phrase to be able to say in life.
It was pretty stylish. But that wasn't all. I also arrived to the track one morning by speedboat. One of my clients charters speedboats to get its guests from one location to the Monaco harbour. And one day I had to go with them to photograph the experience. Arriving in the harbour on this boat with all the super yachts on the side, that was quite nice.
All the glamour aside, how did you find the Monaco weekend?
There is a lot of glamour, and it was all very nice. It's quite fun doing the boat and the aeroplane. But you do work your arse off. I walked for about 82 kilometers over the 4 days. I shot, I don't know, it was about 40,000 images. It was an obscene amount of photographs.
But how do you go through them to decide what to edit when you have 40,000?
Very, very, very quickly.
But did the glamour make up for the fact that, let's face it, it was a bit of a dull race?
It was. And Monaco, whenever it's dry, is dull. The cars are too big, the streets are too small. Formula One did try and make it more exciting this year by forcing the teams to have two pit stops. So every car had to stop twice. But it didn't really change the running order of it and made it a little bit more interesting. There were some unusual tactics towards the end, and we saw these long trains of cars. So it might have been a bit interesting compared to a previous dry race. But they do need to do something quite urgently about making Sunday more interesting. Saturday is the best day of the entire calendar because you have these cars going as fast as they possibly can in qualifying, trying to get into pole position. Because if you get into pole position, the chances of you winning the race are virtually guaranteed. So Saturday, there are a few spots that you can get very, very close to the barriers and get some amazing, amazing shots of these cars just hurtling towards you. There's one at the exit from the swimming pool where in the evening it turns into a nightclub. So the whole place is sloshing in beer. And there are these stairs that go down from the track to the club. And you can lie on the stairs, it's a bit sticky, lie on the stairs and you can photograph through the barrier of the car coming towards you. And you're trying to pick out the driver's helmet as he's driving straight at you. And you get some wonderful photographs.
And you nailed those photos this time.
Yeah, and it's very, very exhilarating. I did give myself a challenge of trying to find new pictures around the track, because it's a track I go to quite a bit, but there's so much of it. I've never photographed every corner, and every corner is quite iconic.
I love the way that in every different country and every different track, you're trying to find something that, aside from the car, lets you know which country you're in. Something iconic from there.
They've built a brand new housing complex. It's an amazing place. It's just before the entrance to the tunnel, and they've built it all on reclaimed land. The past few years it's been under construction, but this year it was complete. And it opened up a whole lot of new opportunities. You can get photographs of cars going next to the bay with this building in the background. But it's also opened up a little section around the entrance to Portier, which is the entrance to the tunnel. And I spent quite a lot of time there doing some slow whooshy whooshy shots of cars and tunnel. And there's a little gap between some bridges where the light sort of trickles through, and it makes quite a pleasing image.
You do make some excellent whooshy whooshy light shots. I haven't been in so many years. I mean, really, the last time I was in Monaco was with you, and it was before you became a Formula One photographer. You were dreaming, like you said, that would be your dream job. You went to the racetrack, and the only place I could afford to go to, because I wasn't going to the track, was McDonald's. And I sat in McDonald's with earplugs in, eating a Big Mac. So that's my only experience of Monaco. And now look what's happened. Now here you are traveling around the whole world photographing all the races. It's amazing. We're expecting Lando to win the race?
I was a bit surprised, really. I was expecting Oscar to be on pole position. He only managed third place. Lando's definitely been less confident than Oscar in the past few races. So this was a really, really good result for him. It's helped close the championship right up. We've got to 3 points between the two. Oscar's still winning, and it's making everything very, very exciting going into Barcelona. I got some amazing shots of Lando celebrating his win. A Monaco win for the drivers is better than every other Grand Prix, and possibly your home race, but still Monaco it's so big. You know, it doesn't look like he had to do much because he just led from start to finish, but every single second for an hour and a half, you are on the edge. You're right next to each barrier. He had Charles Leclerc behind him, harassing him the whole way. It was a phenomenal result for him.
And you're terrified of losing it at every single metre of the whole race because this is a race you're expected to win from the start.
Famously, Ayrton Senna was leading the Monaco Grand Prix, and he got into this zone of exceptional driving, only to put the car into the barrier in Portier and lose the race. He was so upset that he got out the car and walked home because, like most drivers, he lived in Monaco. But that's the thing, is that it's the risk is so high that the drivers actually drive quite a lot slower during the race. I think they're sort of 5 seconds slower than what their qualifying time is.
Speaking of all of the drivers living in Monaco, I was asking our kitchen company who are going to be doing all of the cabinetry in our kitchen, like who they'd made cabinets for before. And they can't give names, but they said that they had done the furniture for one of the drivers in Monaco.
Ooh, well, that doesn't narrow it down. I think all but four live there. People ask me which is my favorite race, and without even having to think about it, it's Monaco.
Even though the driving is duller.
Photographically, it's spectacular because we have so many opportunities to shoot so many different things. Every single part of the track gives you a different perspective. From the top of the Fairmont Hotel, looking down at the hairpin, to shooting through a barrier, to it's fabulous. Getting the yachts in it, getting the bay, the buildings, mountains in the background. There's nothing that comes close to it.
And the whole world comes to Monaco.
This year was bigger than any Monaco I can remember. I just felt that there was so much more going on. We had two of the three richest men in the world. You have a lot of people on the wealthy side, but you also have a lot of movie stars, a lot of actors, a lot of singers. Loli Young, who's my current favorite singer, was there, and I got to shoot some very, very cool shots of her before she did a Pirelli hot lap, and she is brilliant.
So you're starstruck as well as going around trying to do all the other photography. Sounds like the most amazing weekend. But Barcelona, is that shaping up to be a good one?
I think Barcelona is going to be very hot. Yeah, there'll be a lot to photograph.
Let's chat about Barcelona next week. I look forward to it, Mikey.
Thank you so much for joining us for this video on Monaco. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you'd like to see some photographs from the race, there's a link in the description below. And yeah, until Barcelona, goodbye.